Rise and shine, campers. It's a brand new day.
What a lovely morning.
Good morning, starshine.
You seem happy this morning.
Morning, everybody. Thanks for coming in early.
The Coach James Hale Show is live and local. Live from the J. Michael Studio. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Hot tub. I'm full of water. I stay hot tub. Stay
Wait a minute.
hot tub. Gonna get you hot tub. I'm gonna make it wet.
I know, but I don't want to.
Hot tub. Rubber tub and hot tub. Rubber tub and me. Check in the hot tub.
Yeah.
Really make me sweat.
Yeah.
Check in the hot tub.
Yeah.
Really make me wet.
Yeah.
Well.
Well. Good morning, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. What a special day today. Wildcat, you look wonderful.
Did you hear in the news about them releasing 42 black indigo snakes into Florida?
Everglades.
I forget.
Everglades. To kill the other snakes?
Yeah.
The good idea.
Good idea.
Hopefully they can kill them before they get bigger. Yeah, once those...
and those lizards, too.
They're taking over listen, they're changing everything. I taught the guys that used to go down and do things, fit, all this kind of stuff. There's nothing. The deer population is gone. Everything you think of is gone. And it's going to be gone for good because you cannot kill those snakes. And they're keeping moving up north, getting into people's homes and killing dogs, cats, and everything else. These things...
They're not supposed to be there, and they have no natural predators, so that nothing's killing them. They're just killing everything, including some of the alligators now.
I heard it happen when, what's the hurricane in 90?
Andrew?
80, was it 80 or 90?
It was Andrew.
Andrew, that's right. Hit that zoo down there or whatever. Everything got loose and some other reason. But
plus, people release
them, buy them illegal.
They'll release them when they're like 6 inches long and they grow to be like 20 feet.
I saw an episode of Cops. Remember the Cops Reloaded? I guess it's old episodes, and there was a guy that they were getting ready to arrest for crack or cocaine or something stupid. But anyway, they went into his house.
Coffee never hurt nobody.
They went into his house, and he had probably 100 boas, Mexican boas, African boas, and they were his pets. So I'm wondering, what happened to those snakes when that guy went to jail for whatever it was that they went in there?
I know a guy that had a rattlesnake as a pet one time.
Oh, yeah.
It scared the crap out of me. I would not.
They were somewhere, they had poisonous snakes. And one of them got out of the cage, bit him, and killed him. They didn't find the body for later on. And they said that people going in there trying to catch the snakes it was like a nightmare. A nightmare.
I think it was like 60. I'll never forget. He had a little blanket over it, and then when he popped it up, that thing would be like. I'm like, why do you have this thing? Did you play with it?
You saw it?
Oh yeah, that's why I never went back.
Yeah,
because the glass.
Hopefully, he didn't have any kids.
No, he was just out. I was actually selling satellites at the time, so I was out in BFE.
Yeah,
just met him through that.
How big was the snake?
Probably about 4 to 6 feet. It was but the tank it was in was so small, and there's no way that glass was going to stop that snake if he wanted to snap right through it.
When I was a kid, when I was 14 years old, I did have a pet Mexican boa. And
you look like the type that would.
I used to walk around with that thing wrapped around my waist and my neck. Most people wouldn't even recognize it until it would move.
My brother had a ball python.
Freak out, but it got out of the aquarium. I don't know how many times.
The snake ended up dying, and then we found the rat, and it was eating the snake. Ironically,
we were at a party when this was in high school, and Jeff Davis was a rich school, and it was out in that section of town. I mean, the house was like a mansion. People everywhere. They had a pool table. So we're in this really fancy house. I'm like, man, this place is incredible. And I'm leaning up against this glass cage, about as long as that wall right there. It was big. And somebody said, watch out. I looked down there, and it's the biggest snake I've seen in my life. It was huge. And I said, I don't even want to be in this room. And it just lay there. It's like it was dead, but it wasn't. It just lay there, never moved, never did anything. And I was like, my God, why would you have something like that in this house? Now, they had a lid on it.
Right.
But still,
some things are way more scary.
That's somebody that's filthy rich, and they had something like that in their house.
Yeah, I don't I don't get having a snake as a pet. I don't dislike snakes because there's a purpose for them. They eat, rodents and bugs and stuff that we should not
That's
want
how I
around
feel
us.
about wildcat. I mean, it's a purpose.
I'm that guy that wants like a black panther or something that would probably attack and kill me.
Well, over in Saudi Arabia, they do have their pet lions, tigers. Well, I don't know about
tigers.
I have never seen a pet tiger. Lions, you've seen them with those.
That would be different than a lion or a tiger.
I want a
Tigers,
black panther though, with the green eyes and just walking around. But
you can go online and order
bet
one.
you my cat will beat up your dog.
eat your dog. Hell is beating it up.
Anyway, how did we get on this?
I don't know. We were missing your Omaha.
I'm sorry.
updates.
This is our Omaha Wild Kingdom update.
Well,
but seriously, if you live down like in Cape Coral, Naples, and stuff like that, those snakes are getting up that way, and those iguanas take over, man. Those,
Iguanas are mean little sons of guns.
they're big. They're not little. We had a miniature Dyson Sparky, and we went down our last year working, and he hated living down there. He wanted to get back to Panama City.
Yeah.
But anyway, we were out there walking. He'd act bad. I said, that thing will eat you.
Yeah.
And they weren't scared of him. They didn't move, man. I was like, good God, I'd pick him up.
They give people licenses to hunt them now. They go out there and hunt them. They're so prevalent.
You know what else was out there on top of those condos we were staying at that time were two huge eagles.
Oh,
huge.
Really? Wow.
And people warned us to be careful that dog. These eagles will eat. I said, really? He said, yeah. Oh, yeah. He said, they will take them up and pick them up and take them. This lady
vicious,
lost her
man.
dog. I said, wow. So we would have him right beside us when those eagles were up, and they'd be looking. They'd be looking down.
Oh, for sure.
And I'm telling you would be surprised how big they are.
I've seen some videos on them. Them things are vicious, and their talons will rip you to pieces.
Oh, my God.
I've seen them in action around here and up north of here. There's a lake. There's a little small lake with a restaurant on it that you sit outside. And I actually saw it come down and pick up a bigger fish than I.
Out there, like by boondocks.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've seen them up that way.
Stay away from the big snakes.
Yeah.
And you got to be careful now. They're all coming out now. The poison snakes are coming out and everything.
It's getting hot.
And I don't care what they say. I had this story that water moccasins aren't aggressive. I don't believe that. I don't believe that at all. Because we were up in Gaston, Alabama. I was called Piedmont, Alabama, outside Gaston, way outside out in the country. We had one chase us. And all this crowd, they're not bull crap. Somebody said, they'll leave you alone. No, this sucker came. We didn't do anything. That sucker saw us and came after us.
I was fishing from a little flat-bottom boat and had a bobber, and a little worm on a hook. Well, actually a cricket and a couple pieces of corn. And I saw this snake underneath the rock. So I threw the bobber over there and the hook and everything just for,
giggles.
And that thing came all the way to the boat and tried to get in the boat. It followed my bobber all the way back in. My stepfather at the time, he's deathly scared of snakes. I thought he was going to tip the boat over.
Yeah.
Because he just totally freaked out. And I tried throwing the bobber back out, but the snake, once it saw that boat, and it stood up half its length.
I got to be honest with you. We did throw a rock at the snake before it came after.
You tick them off, man. They're coming at you.
I remember running and screaming. Good Lord, it was brutal, man.
They're aggressive. When we used to ride motorcycles, we'd ride down into this part of this lake in the corner of it where it's kind of shallow, but you could ride your motorcycle through it and back up this hill, and you could just see like 3 or 4 of them come out the water and chase the motorcycles down like they were wanting to, and just snapping at it like little aggressive little
everybody doesn't think they're aggressive. I don't think
rattlesnakes are different. You got to walk up on one of those, but they're so hidden, and once you come in their area, they're going to.
Lake Wells, Florida, and the orange groves out there. There's a lot of people made their money out there. Had to be very careful. They caught one, and the only reason they caught it, it just killed a huge rabbit and was eating the rabbit. I'm telling you, I'm not exaggerating. It was over 8 foot long. They had the paper. They had the pictures of it. This thing was so big around. It was the head of it. If it bite, it like it break a leg or no. This is a rattlesnake.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And it was an old one too, but it was huge. I'm not talking about it was huge. The head was huge. It was so 8 foot long. That's longer than I am. It's huge.
That's big for a rattlesnake.
I saw a girl's arm in an emergency room where my wife works. They got bit by a rattlesnake. She's sitting on a rock and thought it was a bug tickling her leg, so she kept swatting her leg. She's sitting on a rock, and she swatted one too many times, and that rattlesnake bit her on the arm, and I mean, it was from here down. It was just black, and it looked like if you touched her arm, it was just going to explode.
He was upset because he got hit. He put a lot of. He didn't dry bite. It was a real
She was
bite.
swatting at the thing, thinking it was a bug.
The worst thing you could do when you're out in the, they always taught us when you're out in the, because we grew up in that part of the country, you walk over these logs when you're out in the woods and stuff. That's the worst thing.
Yeah.
Walk around logs, never walk over a log, never sit on a log.
Even them palmetto bushes, they get up underneath those for heat. And
be very careful. And anyway, how do we?
I'm sorry I ruined your show.
I had some great stuff to talk about until you ruined it.
Sure you did.
we got some sports to talk about.
Sure.
What about the Arnold Marlins tonight?
Let's go.
Tonight, you got to get to Arnold High School. We're going to get there. We had to babysit last night. I had Lorelei and Johnny. Layton was doing this cheer competition with Mariah. So we're going to go tonight. Julie and I are going to go. I guess we are. I'm going to go. I don't know if she's going to go tonight. But Arnold beat Clay last night 2-0. Eli Manning was a starting pitcher. We might try to get Coach Jones on at 7:30 if we can. If we get up, you can call and ask him now if we can get him at 7:30. Got Patton at 7:15.
Who was on?
Coach Jones at 7:30. If he can come on. If he can't, I understand. But if we can, we'll get him on. But anyway, they beat Clay last night 2-0. And South Walton takes care of Swanee 3-0. So we got two teams. If they win tonight, they're getting the promised land. They're going to the state championship.
Yep.
It's things that never you think could happen at Arnold. It's happened. South Walton kind of used to it. Now Bozeman playing maybe the best team of everybody in the state. What are they ranked in the country?
They're ninth nationally.
Ninth. They got
nationally
10-0, right?
Yeah, but that's a little bit misleading. They did score 6 runs in the 6th inning. It was like a 4-0 game.
That's kind of like Jacksonville Bowls.
Yeah, they got a chance.
We'll get Jeff on
It's
here.
a tough matchup for them. Don't get me wrong, but that team's resilient. They've played hard all year. They've had their backs against the wall a couple of times, so I fully expect them to come out and win this game and push it to a third game. But they're playing probably the best team in the state. I mean,
and Patton did it earlier. We said it. So if anybody can do it, it's him. And they came back and beat South.
The gauntlet they have to run to get the state championship is probably the hardest I've seen of any Bay County school.
They truly
ever,
are.
Maybe.
They truly are the state champions of public schools right now as we speak. There's nobody
Bowles
left.
And what's the other Bishop Gorman? I forget the other one. But
hell, they should live over in Jacksonville. Many times they've been over there back and forth. Or what it's costing them. It's kind of like being punished. Thank you to the state that you're going over there and spending all this money to play. I think the state should lessen their cut and not even take a cut of the playoff games. Quite honestly, they got plenty of money, but they take a cut of every game that's played, no matter what sport it is.
What they actually do, though,
if you're going to take something, it should be like 5%.
You should pay for the umpires. You should pay for the
trip.
Yeah, well, why are you taking the money?
What does all
if you're
this
not
money
giving
go
back
to
this?
What are you spending all this money that you have that big, huge, nice office down there? And what's the employee?
Pockets.
How much money do these guys make? They
probably more than me and you.
And we're struggling trying to get people to help pay for these buses, hotel rooms, and food and stuff like that.
Well, that's just another hat the coach has to wear. I mean, you got to raise money to support your team, just so you can get back and forth for games. That should be done by the state. If you're going to take money, you should reinvest into the sport and into these kids. That's what it's all about.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations, Eli.
Absolutely. They're set up. I mean, they got Coop going tonight.
I guess, yeah, I think so. But this is it, man. If you live on the Panama City Beach, there's no excuse. There's no excuse. I hardly ever go to any of them because I do things at night, sleep. But we have got to get out there and support Arnold today. They do this. You realize people live on Panama City Beach in Bay County. If they win tonight, they're going to the state championship. Well, we're not little anymore. We're the biggest school in this county, maybe, or second.
Probably
we might be the biggest now.
Yeah.
I don't know. But if we get to play for the state championship, we got to get this game win. Got to get a big win. We got to pack it out. Same thing for South Walton. If you're over there, go pack that place out. Set records over there. They win tonight. They're going to the state championship. And I tell you what, I got a feeling they're going to get it done. And I know it's hard to get over to Jacksonville, but we got to, everybody prays that Bozeman gets it done. We got Coach on in just a second. All right, let's take a break. Talk about some of our wonderful people. Let's start with Jason and Max Fit Sports Nutrition.
Yeah, we're on 23rd Street in the Del Coronado Village. I'm on here a lot, so you guys all know. I mean, if you want to come in, we have our free sample bar. You're allowed to try products before you buy them. You want to try the protein, see how it tastes, see how it mixes. If you want to come in, grab some free pre-workout samples, take them to the gym, work out on them, see how you like them. That way you don't buy something that you don't need. We also have our meal plans, and we have Max Fit meals. We're getting that really going. We're probably having 10 to 15 custom meal orders a week now. So if you want to order your meals for the week, you can go to our Square site, maxfitmeals@gmail.com, and order directly from there. If you order on Friday, you can pick them up at our locations on Monday. You can get 5, 10, 15 meals for the week. All you got to do is put them in the microwave, heat it up for 2 minutes, throw the dish in the garbage, and then that way you don't have to cook clean. So it makes it easier on everybody.
Greatest thing, and the food's all measured out. You know how much fat, cholesterol, all this stuff is in there, and it's all healthy, but it's good. It tastes good. I'm telling you, it's cheaper than going out and eating at a restaurant every night.
Yeah, you get proportion meals for a healthy diet, but you get some lasagnas, salmon. I mean, we have all different types of food there. We do some lamb,
I want to talk
meatballs.
To you between the breaks about that. I got an idea.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about something else which on my mind. We got to help him out. Ryan Mulvey's fighting for his life right now.
Yeah.
No doubt about that. GoFundMe, and you search and type in Ryan and his fight. If you'd please donate, we'd certainly appreciate that. Matter of fact, we might be having we might be doing something soon for 2 people, not just him. I don't know if this other man wants me to say anything yet. But anyway, Ryan Mulvey, let's get it done. They're having to do a lot of traveling. A lot of things are going on right now, and we need to help out as much as we can. If you'd like to bring money by the station, all you have to do is don't bring any cash. Write a check out to Ryan Mulvey, put an envelope, Ryan Mulvey's name on it, put it in our drop box right before the door.
204 East Ellen Lane,
Panama City
Suite
Beach.
B.
Yeah.
And
you can't miss it. You got the truck right beside it.
Right there.
Yeah. And Randy will make sure he gets it. Or get up with me. I've been having people giving me money. I do give Ron some of it. I do charge more than Venmo. Yeah. No, but Ron, make sure it's a check.
GoFundMe.
Yeah. I charge 90%. No, I'm kidding. So let's help out Ron as much as we can. Also, J. Michael's Restaurant on Thomas Drive. The greatest, the best seafood, the coldest beer, the legendary J. Michael's. Go check it out today. Black Beans Quesadilla is a special day, but they got the best burger, steaks, pork chops, but the seafood's unbelievable. The legendary J. Michael's on Thomas Drive. Go check it out. We think you'll love it. Stevenson Air Conditioning, #1, not even close. Locals taking care of locals. It's like Jason Kovaleski. Don't go with national, go with locals. They really care. They take care of you. They take care of their customers. Nobody takes care of customers. Stevenson Air Conditioning. Get it serviced right before summer. You're going to save money on your power bill. It's going to last longer. Make sure you go with Stevenson Air Conditioners. Local takes care of locals. We'll be right back. 104.3, Jeff Patton, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Weather in the Panhandle never stops. Turn to 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
This is Joanna with your latest forecast.
Up to the minute weather reports all day long.
A chance of thunderstorms and moderate rain.
In-depth storm coverage.
Winter Storm Enzo.
And breaking weather as it happens.
Hurricane Helene.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
We do have a tropical storm warning.
Rely on it.
Good morning. This is Joanna with your latest forecast on ESPN Northwest Florida. For this afternoon and evening, a variety of light sprinkles and some sun and a high of 79 with wind 5 to 10 miles per hour out of the south. Some clouds tonight, a very light wind and warm near 72. Mostly cloudy in the morning and then light showers and 80 tomorrow. 77 and mostly clouds in the morning but otherwise sprinkles Thursday. This is your Tuesday's weather brought to you by Ellis Agency Insurance. Thank you for keeping that dial on ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Tired of flipping through channels and finding nothing good? Introducing Scorpion TV. Over 5,000 live streaming channels. Catch every game of the season with over 100 sports networks, including ESPN, ESPN Plus, the NFL Network, and Red Zone. Even pay-per-view events. Watch 400 local network channels from Panama City and most markets throughout the country. Fox, ABC, CBS, and NBC. It's more than sports. Scorpion TV offers premium movie channels like HBO, Cinemax, Stars, 200 plus entertainment and news networks. or watch thousands of movies on demand, all for just $45 a month when you use the ESPN NW promo code at checkout. Watch on up to 5 devices at the same time. Perfect for sharing with family and friends. Scorpion TV gives you everything you want for less. Cut the cord, not the fun. To score Scorpion TV, go to ESPNPC.com and click on the Scorpion TV logo. Don't forget our promo code ESPNNW.
Give him a call. Phone lines are open. 850-215-6290. The Coach James Hale Show is taking your calls live and local. From the J. Michael Studio. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
And welcome back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. We take you live to Jacksonville, Florida, where Bozeman actually lives now. They have moved their program over there for the last month, it seems like. Unbelievable. I don't know how they afford it. We got the main guy, Coach Jeff Patton. Coach, good morning, sir.
Good morning, fellas. How we doing?
We couldn't be better. I tell you what, man, we've been in this boat before. You got your back up against the wall, and you guys responded against Jacksonville Bowls. Talk about the game yesterday. This team, I didn't realize they were ranked, what, in the country?
Number 9.
Number 9 in the country. Talk about what happened. Give us a little rundown, and what's the game plan going forward?
Yeah, that's the Max Preps ranking, number 9. They may actually be top 5 in the whole country.
Yeah.
Well, the game plan is we're going to have Zach Flitcraft pitching tonight, and we feel good about it. We have Lakota Johnson ready, Evan Wallace ready, so yeah, we got pitching. It was a 3 or 4-0 game last night. It got away late, kind of like that Bowls game did. And made the decision to go with some pitching and hold some guys back. And we weren't great defensively. I mean, honestly, we didn't play terribly. Those guys are just you make mistakes, and they've got. I mean, I think it's 7 or 8 Division I guys. 3 Florida guys, a couple LSU, Virginia pitcher, Virginia Tech. There were about eight pro scouts in the stands last night. I mean, the guy we saw is. He's projected he could possibly be a first-round draft pick, if not early in the second. So, he was good. We battled, though. I mean, we struck out some, and the back of our lineup, struggled a little bit. But, we put the ball in play. We didn't hit a lot hard, but we weren't overmatched. It wasn't blowing it by us. And, he did have to use all 3 pitches to get us out, which, that's kind of what we wanted to do. We just didn't want him throwing his 94-mile-an-hour fastball right by us. So we did a pretty good job with that. I thought we fought and competed. I think early in the game we were a little unsure maybe, but as we got our footing. So, I kind of expect like last week, with Zach pitching, I expect us to come out and play really well. We got to find a way to win we probably got to find a way to win a 2-1, a 2-0, 3-2 ball game. Get back to Bozeman.
What's the weather? Is it going to be okay there tonight? Have you heard?
I really haven't looked at the weather yet for tonight. It's beautiful right now. Just taking a little walk, talking to you guys. But, I guess I'll look at that, kind of trying to formulate what we're going to do today, if we'll mix it up a little bit from what we did last week or, it's kind of stay the same. I guess last week we went and hit and found a mall, let them eat in the mall, and walk around a little bit. We may try to do something a little bit different today. But, just kind of try to keep them occupied and get ready to go again. Yeah, it's our 3rd week over here. So, it's
Well, actually, this negative, like we did last week, we turned that negative to a positive, setback to come back, and that would be cool to have another opportunity to play at home. From that game would take us to the state championship. So it could play out perfectly. It doesn't happen to you, happen for you. This is good. Right. This is a good thing. This is a good thing. They got to be pumped up. They know how big it is.
Yeah. They're ready. I mean, they're ready to go. They know what they're capable of. They know kind of last night just kind of got away, but they also know if we play solid defensively, that we think we have a way that we can. They hit a few balls hard, but we think we can get them out. If we make certain pitches. So if we can catch it and throw it across the diamond, run a few down. Find if we can get us a few base runners tonight. If we feel like maybe we can do some things on the base pass. So we're just going to kind of stay with what we've been doing and if we can make something happen tonight, we're gonna absolutely do it. But the guys are confident that they're not down. They know what they're up against. They know the mountain that they got to climb. If there's nobody in the state that has a tougher road than we do to get to where we want to go. But that's the hand we're dealt. And these guys have responded all year. I wouldn't expect anything different tonight.
Yeah, I was following this game last night, and I seen it was like 4-0 in the fourth or fifth inning. So you guys were right there, and that was probably their number one pitcher. So talk a little bit about the confidence that you have, just knowing that your guys battled for that long, and it got away from you, but you were in the game. This is one of the top teams in the nation, and the opportunity to beat them and maybe move on, it can't get any tougher than that.
Yeah, I mean, as good as their pitcher is going to be tonight, a kid named Wheeler going to Florida, he's not the guy we saw last night.
Right.
So, we feel like, we've seen good pitchers, obviously with Moss and the South Walton guys that we've seen all year. And when we went down to Lakeland for spring break. So, we feel confident. We weren't blown away last night. They weren't just blowing fastballs by us, which can happen with guys like that. So we're pretty happy about that. And, we'll get our footing, and, if we can get off to a good start, they hit a home run, second batter of the game hit a home run. Zach Slickcraft hit the first pitch of the game, a rocket down the left field line, probably foul by about 2 or 3 inches, we didn't get many breaks last night, which, they don't really need any, but they got a few, and, we kind of helped them with that a little bit. But we feel like if we could shore some things up, just like we did against Bowles, if we can keep it close late, I don't think there's anybody in the state that plays as well late as we do. So we just got to find a way to hang in there in the 6th and 7th and see if we can get something going.
Is your pitching set up pretty well for tonight and moving forward, considering that maybe you made some choices later in that game?
Yeah, absolutely. I absolutely did. And our pitching is set up great tonight. I mean, our pitching couldn't be any better than how it is tonight. So if we got to use all 3 of our best guys to win the game tonight, that's what we'll do, and we'll worry about Thursday. But that's kind of where we are. So I'll kind of see how the game is progressing, and I'll make the changes as we need to. And, Zach's last 2 outings here in the playoffs, he's been absolutely lights out.
Yeah.
So if he throws the way he's capable of, he can get anybody out. So, that's kind of the performance we're looking for. That's what his team needs from him tonight, and he needs his guys to back him up defensively. And if we do that, I'm telling you, we got a real chance to win a close game.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. I always curious. What was, your facilities are outstanding. What was the facilities like over there? You would think that'd be something special.
Yeah, it's like a mini college, honestly. I mean, you can see, I guess they've got dorms and these buildings for the school, and the field is really nice. They've got a covered, 4-lane batting cage that we used. Their bullpen mound. Have you ever been to spring training, like where they've got like 3 bullpen mounds and 3 catchers areas? It kind of looks like that. They're bullpen areas with turf and stuff. So it's really nice. You can tell that they've support their program, and they expect to get players in there, and but our field is nice. We've got as good a field as anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just, it's like a little small college is what it is. Probably plenty of colleges that aren't quite as nice as that one.
Unbelievable. Well, hey, help me, because I forgot. How can we help you guys out financially? It's costing you a fortune. And we were just talking about a minute ago how the state takes a big cut, which I hate.
Yeah, they do.
What can we do? What can we do to help?
Well, we do have a Venmo account. I think it's I think it's DBS Baseball, or if you could put Bozeman Baseball Boosters in Venmo, you can come up with it. I think we're going to be, with the district tournament having to go to Pensacola, then the 3 trips to Jacksonville, I think we're going to be about $15,000, give or take. We've been our boosters have done a great job raising money, and we have gotten support this week. I know we did a little social media blitz with it, and I know you guys hyped it up too. So we have gotten some support this week, which has been very welcoming. We're thankful for it. And anything else people want to give, that Venmo is probably the best way at this point, if they have it, and if not, obviously a check to the school, or just drop off what you can to the school, and they'll make sure that they get it to us. But we're pretty thankful for the support we've gotten.
If and when you win tonight, you'll be coming back to Bozeman, and then maybe after that, that's the Final Four then?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is, whoever wins here is going to be going to Fort Myers, I think, on May 20th and 21st. I think it's the Final Four.
Some more money needs to be raised.
Yeah, we cannot allow them to take away what's ours.
No.
We cannot let them have
got this.
We got to take care of business, man. They got to get it done.
Those kids
we got to get to Bozeman. I think Bishop Snyder looked up and saw our crowd and couldn't believe it last week. I think it was a huge factor. So hopefully we can, if we can find a way to steal one tonight, Thursday anybody can win Thursday.
Yeah, I saw Jason Kovaleski signing autographs out there at the stadium. That was pretty cool.
He was. We set up a whole booth for him. Pictures.
I wish my life was that exciting.
Neon lighting. Yeah, it was good.
Strobe lights. Oh man. Hey, listen, get it done. We'll talk to you soon. God bless you, and good luck,
fellas.
buddy.
Good luck.
Appreciate it, Dan. Thank you.
Yep.
All right, let's talk about some of our wonderful people. Beef O'Brady's in Lynn Haven. I tell you what, they are incredible. You talking about great food, great service. You know why? Pat Perno's the city commissioner in Lynn Haven.
Yep.
His restaurants run like professional. It was unbelievable. You feel like it's home. They do a great job. TV's everywhere. Great place to watch all sporting events. Anything is on, they got it on. Tomorrow, 10 wings inside for $9.99, but they got the 10 for. They got all kind of deals going on over there. Get out to Beef O'Brady's in Lynn Haven and tell them Coach sent you. You'll absolutely enjoy it. When you're out that way, Wildcat, let's go see Russ. Let's go see Amber. Where are we going?
Mother's Day is this Sunday, and you want to take a little trip and see the new spring collections that they have at David Adamson Designer Jewelry, Highway 77 in Lynn Haven.
We get back, we might try to call this guy. He loves Jason Kovaleski. Mike Burnside. I saw him at the local 115. He came up and talked to him. He came up to me at El Rodeo Tequila Bar and Grill. We were there yesterday. They had a nice little crowd there for, what was yesterday?
Cinco de Mayo.
Yeah. Which means 7.
Spanish New Year.
Which means 5. You get drunk on Monday.
We might try to get Mike on the phone here. He loves Jason, loves the Buckeyes. And we got something we can talk about, Speaking of legends, Dr. Ward, this guy is incredible. Listen to him every Wednesday, 7:30, right here on ESPN Northwest Florida. Skin cancer can be deadly. Women, I tell you all the time, check yourself for breast cancer. Always get off sugar. Get off the sugar. Get off fried foods. You want to live longer, not get cancer, get off the sugar. I'm telling you that right now. But skin cancer can be deadly. 5 minutes can save your life. Dr. Ward's got offices throughout the Panhandle of Florida. Go see Dr. Ward. El Rodeo Tequila Bar and Grill. I didn't see David, but I sent him a picture. Right across the street from the Navy base. And also their new location, 10908 Front Beach Road. Park in the back. It's right past Walmart. Keep on going on Front Beach Road. It'll be on the right-hand side. Go have a great time down there. They got the best happy hour anywhere. Buy one, get one free. House wine, draft beer, margaritas. Great place to have birthday parties. Everybody seems like having birthday parties down there. Every Thursday night karaoke. Go check it out. We think you'll love it. El Rodeo Tequila Bar and Grill. We'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
The Atlanta Braves play here.
Tonight, the Atlanta Braves continue their homestand at Truist Park.
Riley charges one up, soaring high into the heavens and disappearing into the seats.
It's the Braves versus the Cincinnati Reds. First pitch, 6:15. Listen to live play-by-play and a rich audio experience on your home for the Atlanta Braves on the Gulf Coast.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Do you want to eat like a local? The Local 115 is now open. Local drinks, local sports, and local food. Delicious oysters, crab cakes, steamed seafood, gumbos, salads, paninis, wings, wine, and cold beer. Nothing fried. That's right. No fried foods at Local 115. Amazing local food with an exciting local sports and mural theme. Eat like a local at the Local 115. 115 Harrison Avenue, downtown Panama City.
Here at Tracy's Fine Jewelry, we're here to help you celebrate life's precious moments. From engagements, Mother's Day and birthdays, to anniversaries, Father's Day, and graduation. Tracy's Fine Jewelry is with you every step of the way with a perfect gift to celebrate any occasion. Celebrating every I do, Happy Mother's Day, anniversary, graduation, and Father's Day, because every occasion is perfect with a little bit of sparkle. Tracy's Fine Jewelry, putting a sparkle on Bay County for over 50 years.
Are you hungry for authentic Mexican cuisine? Then come to El Rodeo Tequila Bar and Grill, where we serve up the freshest, most flavorful dishes on the beach. El Rodeo Tequila Bar and Grill, a great location, comfortable atmosphere, and happy hour from 3 to 7. Buy one, get one free, regular margaritas and 12-ounce house drafts. And you're going to love their lunch specials, Monday through Friday from 11 to 3. Plus, live music Wednesdays and Saturdays starting at 5:30. El Rodeo Tequila Bar and Grill, Thomas Drive, across from the Navy base. And 10908 Front Beach Road.
You don't know what his problem is. But it's probably hard to pronounce and untreatable.
That don't feel so good.
The Coach James Hale Show is live and local from the J. Michael Studio, ESPN Northwest Florida.
And welcome back, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida, the home of the Atlanta Braves. And don't forget Ryan Mobley right here, the Inside Drive 11 to 1. And David, I love David, the Underdogs this afternoon. Show. Yeah, they're wonderful people, great people.
If you're at the office, turn that on. They're funny. I mean, they have a lot of fun there. It's a great show, man.
Let's don't build them up too much. Anyway,
that's the base stung last year, huh?
Yeah, I still hadn't got over that. All right, let's take them right now. We got Paul on the phone. Paul, how you doing, sir?
Good. How you doing, Coach?
We are doing good. What's going on with you?
Well, I haven't called lately because there's no football, no basketball, so it's I don't know what's going on, man.
I know. It's kind of depressing. But you know what? We got high school baseball that's doing really well. We can make up stuff. Heck, Michigan's in trouble again. That's a good thing. We got a little
football we can talk about.
Hey, I like the way y'all cover the local high school ball. It keeps me, I don't really go out and watch it much or anything, but it's interesting, and the way y'all cover it, it's good, so... I appreciate that.
Well, I appreciate you saying
that. Hey, I got
a
question for you about, so your daughter has pretty good correspondence with Nate Oates, I would say, right?
Yeah, and Bruce.
Okay, so in the off season, the transfer portal opens up, and they lost a lot of players. Mm-hmm. And on paper, it doesn't seem like they really got much back in. And the thing is, nobody's really talked to the coach during this period of the season. And so all the fans are like, well, you don't hear from the coach, your players leave. It's like, it's just a weird dynamic.
Yeah.
I wish somebody would press it. I mean, I love Oates. He's done great. But I wish somebody at least asked the question like, hey, you just lost 3 big-time guys. What are your thoughts?
All right, hold on for a minute. Let's see. What do you want to know? Tell me right now.
He's texting him now.
What's his plan to replace who left?
Plan to replace all the players that left Alabama basketball, period.
That's a great question. I bet a lot of people would love to see what his answer to that would be. I have a caller asking for Jamie Hale to find out this information. Please do so and let me know.
She's the one. She'll find out. I mean, she covers both the Alabama and Auburn.
That to his telephone.
Yeah, like it's to my daughter.
Yeah.
Awesome.
She's a superstar.
In my family, we're all basketball fans, follow the program pretty close, and we always talk about it, but we're just making up stuff because you don't hear from the coach during this period, so you're just kind of guessing and assuming what went down. Like losing Diabate, that was a really strange thing to me. To Kentucky.
Yeah, of all places, Kentucky. Come on. I mean, you kidding me?
Yeah. Well, let me ask you this.
All right, everybody, watch it.
Does Alabama basketball have the money of some of these blue blood programs? Because I've seen some, teams overspending. I mean, I think BYU paid $5 million for the number 1 player in the country. I mean, are they competitive in the NIL space?
I don't think we have as much. No, not as much as some of the schools.
I don't think so either. Yeah. I think that's part of it.
Yeah. It's sad. It's all about money. I got some stuff on that. Some NIL new bill is trying to be thrown around, see if something can be done. It's not going to happen. NIL deal that it would be unbelievable if it did happen. I don't think it will pass. They want to cut the coaches' pay. That every coach, like Kirby Smart, he'd lose like $12 million.
Dang.
They would say the most a coach could make, head baseball, head football, head basketball, would be 10 times the amount of the enrollment or whatever highest paid.
Man, get that junk out of here. It's a flea market. I mean,
right. So that alone, I don't think would do it.
Think about how much money Nick Saban brought to the state of Alabama, to Alabama University.
Yeah, let me read this to you. Proposed bill would force huge pay cuts for most head coaches. It's called the Restore College Sports Act. Salary cap on head coaches, period. No more than 10 times the cost of attending the university they coach at. So whatever the enrollment, whatever it costs you to go to school there, multiply that times 10, that would never happen. Let me tell you why. Georgia's Kirby Smart is the highest paid coach in college in athletics.
Yeah.
He would make a pay cut. If this happened, this bill would get passed, he would lose $12,420,000 out of his $13.28 million that he's making. Texas Stark would also lose a huge amount of money. Clemson, Dabo Swinney would lose a huge amount of money. New governing body, they would form a new governing body, rules for athletics. The bill would strip the power away from the NCAA, create the new American Conference Sports Association, and a new federal body oversee the college sports and commissioner.
No, thank you.
Appointed by the President Trump. It'd be appointed by President Trump and would have to be confirmed by the U.S. Senate.
I don't want the federal government running anything. If you've watched over the last 12 years of what they've stolen, I mean,
oh my God,
everything they run turns to crap. I mean,
that's the mafia. That's the mafia on steroids.
Because all they want to do when they get into something is to launder money out of it. Yeah. They're not there to help you or save you or improve anything.
I mean, they even screwed up the U.S. mail.
Let me USAID that we were
children
given.
Can I finish?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
I'm fired up now.
I know. I knew it would get you. All right. Also, NIL. NIL deals would be regulated. TV revenue would be regulated. Would be shared equally. Listen to this. Would be shared equally among all athletes at each school.
Okay, Castro.
And not only that, there would be no transfer rules whatsoever. Players would have freedom just like the coaches have freedom.
Where did we get to this point? Like, you know, I understand.
Well, it hadn't passed.
I understand, but I'm just saying that this is even being discussed. Like, you know, I understand that, you know, coaches have the freedom to move from place to place, but if you don't have a certain structure within any type of thing, society, sports, whatever, it's going to decay the sport and break it down to the point where it's going to be unrecognizable. Does anybody really want to watch a team that, like, this year, oh, we got Hale Downs, we got Jerry Mice. Oh, well, they play for Miami this year. Who's our team this year? You know what I'm saying?
That's how I feel.
I mean, well,
down.
You should.
Thank you, Jason.
Thank you for that, though.
Paul, what do you think? What would you do if you were in charge? With, you know, seriously though, Saban, Tuberville met with Trump, and they discussed this, and he even talked about some type of executive order. I don't know if this is part of this little plan here or what, to make it fair and balanced across the board. We want to go back to the old days where we could cheat behind people's back.
Yeah.
You know, the SEC. Yeah. SEC, just men's sport. No, what would you do, Paul, to solve all these problems? What's the solution? I know what it is, but nobody listens to me.
I think you do 2-year. They have to sign a contract that they're going to stay at the school at least 2 years.
You hire them. They're under contract. Yeah. They can't leave. It's like the NFL.
Right. And then, I mean, you got the NFL. It's ran.
Copy it.
It's been ran great for years.
They own a day of the week. Copy them.
Just copy them. I agree completely. And then, you know, and I hate to say this part you might not like, but I might even somehow, I don't know, maybe even eliminate the conferences, and if you really want to set it up like the NFL, but we're kind of getting into something different there. But because the playoffs, that's bad, the way they formulate the playoffs.
That's a joke.
It doesn't make sense, really.
Yeah, it's a joke.
Boise State and SMU got buys.
Yeah.
Like in Penn State, right. I mean, Ohio State.
The playoffs were created to pick the best team, 12 teams. They don't. We just got through seeing, and we had proof again for like 17, 20 years in a row. Where do the best players play? SEC, Big Ten. Who all gets to go play in the NFL? I mean, what's the percentage when you combine both of them? It's
like 70% of the draft picks are from those two conferences.
But the Boise State, they need a bye. They deserve and get a bye.
I think this is the way it should go. I think the schools should pay a base salary to these kids because they are making huge TV revenues. Because that's what's happening now. It's the NIL collectives, and those are being paid by the fans and boosters. So they're not actually getting any of the TV money. So let's be honest, that was a farce in the whole discussion anyway. But the colleges should pay a base salary to these kids, and then NIL should not be implemented to year 2 because who knows who you are. What's happening with NIL right now is they're paying high school kids to come to schools based on no name, image, and likeness to come there because they're high-end recruits that they think they can win.
The school should have nothing to do. Coach should have nothing to do with NIL.
No,
it should be totally separate.
There should be no collectives that are discussing to the coach.
And I guarantee if it was, the money they are getting would go down.
And what I would do, you would have one-time transfer, and if you transferred after that, there would be a one-year sit-out penalty.
If you're under contract, you're going to fulfill that contract.
No, if you're under contract, that would protect you. But if you signed a one-year contract, maybe you weren't as good, they just brought you in as a walk-on or something like that.
And they might want to be 1 year because we might not want you.
Exactly. So they might be a filler guy, but, you get one free transfer. After that, you sit out a year. There was nothing wrong with that plan. You didn't have people transferring left and right, going here and there, because sitting out a year for an NFL prospect is a death sentence.
Hey, Paul, anything else you got for us?
If you eliminate the freedom of the transfer portal, NIL wouldn't be as big of a deal.
Exactly.
Everybody mixes the two together.
Right.
But the transfer portal being wide open makes NIL seem even worse because people just jump. They have the freedom to jump,
Well, if you hear like Georgia needs a defensive tackle and I'm at North Dakota State, then I'm thinking, oh, okay, well, I can jump in the portal and maybe make $1 million because they don't have anybody.
And they let them know to do so.
Yeah.
The thing about it, too, I think they got to solve this lawsuit first, then they can come up and do it. I think that's the big holdup right now. We need Saban in charge of everything. Hey, Paul, love you, brother. Thank you for calling. Call back.
Yeah, y'all
appreciate
be good. Have a great week.
Thanks, man. Have a good one.
Appreciate you, sir. All right, let's talk about some of our wonderful people. Love all of our sponsors. They're great people, man. They truly are wonderful people. Jason Kovaleski, Max Fitz Nutrition, 2 great locations. They are incredible. Got some great products. Everything you think about across the board, it's amazing. I love John. I love Charlotte. I haven't seen John lately. I think he's still playing racquetball.
I saw him yesterday. He's going to come by the store. We're going to talk a little bit.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you right now,
he's in good shape. He's just hurt a little bit, but we're going to help him out.
The guy's incredible. He's a machine.
Great guy.
He is a machine. And Charlotte is too. Charlotte doesn't age at all. She's gorgeous. She is beautiful. They're wonderful people. They do a great job. The bike week, they knocked out of the ballpark. They had things set up for those bikers like you would not believe. Tents everywhere. Great merchandise. Great drink specials. Entertainment was unbelievable. Everybody had a great time there. Their own security. Get down to Newbies. Have a great time. Newbies 2 on the curve, and also the new one over in St. Andrews, the big, beautiful blue facility. Go check that out and tell them Coach sent you. Get out to Newbies, have a great time. The legendary, he had him here yesterday, the legendary Chad Mitchell. If you got any type of injury, go see Chad. He's one of the first to ever be certified in robotic surgery. He's a robot himself. He is nothing but a winner. The guy is incredible. He is. He is a stud. Guy's unbelievable. Listen to him every Monday right here on ESPN Northwest Florida. This will be his 26th year giving up free time to take care of athletes. That never happens anywhere. Steve's Bike Shop. I love Steve. He is a coach. He is a wonderful coach. Great swim coach, but his bike shop, they got all kind of electrical bikes. They got all kind of every bike you can think of. They restore them, they build them, they sell them, they do it all. They're located right across the street from Sam's. They've been serving Bay County since 1979. That is the legendary Steve's Bike Shop. We'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. What's going on with the Michigan Wolverines? We'll tell you when we get back.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
The Dan Patrick Show. The gift that keeps on giving is James Harden. And, when you look at the regular season, James Harden, I think 22 points, 8 assists. We like the Clippers. People thought, you got a healthy Kawhi Leonard. Okay, they can do some damage. And once again, James Harden in a Game 7 is a no-show.
It's the Dan Patrick Show. Weekday mornings from 9 till 11. ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good morning. This is Joanna with your latest forecast on ESPN Northwest Florida. For this afternoon and evening, a variety of light sprinkles and some sun and a high of 79 with wind 5 to 10 miles per hour out of the south. Some clouds tonight, a very light wind and warm near 72. Mostly cloudy in the morning and then light showers and 80 tomorrow. 77 and mostly clouds in the morning, but otherwise sprinkles Thursday. This is your Tuesday's weather brought to you by Ellis Agency Insurance. Thank you for keeping that dial on ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
CBC Construction is looking for a few good men. At CBC Construction, our greatest strength lies within our talented team. Join us and be a part of a dynamic company that values its people. We offer a tremendous opportunity to create a future for your family and the Florida Panhandle. CBC Construction is now hiring. Call us at 850-740-3815 or visit cbcconstruction.com to learn more. CBC Construction. Be part of a winning team.
Mid-South Lumber, where they treat you like family. Locally owned and serving the residents of Bay County for over 45 years. See Mid-South Lumber for all of your DIY projects, including windows, doors, siding, lumber, and millwork. Are you building a new home? Bring your contractor in to Mid-South Lumber and meet with a member of their sales team to discuss your framing, siding, windows, and doors. Mid-South Lumber, the biggest little lumber yard in Panama City. 717 West 11th Street.
From the Vortex Springs to the Bear Paw Canoe Trail. From Shell Island to 30A. We're your home for live sports. Now back to the Coach James Hale Show inside the J. Michael Studio. ESPN Northwest Florida.
Welcome back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. You know, Jason and I were talking in the break. It used to be that was the greatest game ever played. 11 guys doing the job every single play to have an opportunity to get for that individual play to have success. One guy screws up, it's not going to work. You have 11 doing their job. One heartbeat. And now that was an amateur sport, and everybody knew it was an amateur sport. Yes, there was money being made. For years and years and years, they were making money off college football. All the way back since they started. Never was a problem. Amateur sport. That scholarship was the biggest thing a kid could get. And it taught what we've lost now is the commitment, the loyalty, the great life's lessons are gone.
The grind.
But now I will say money is important. There's no doubt. Poor people, that play the game like myself, that scholarship was like being a millionaire. And now they really are getting millions of dollars to go play these games. But if they all would have stuck together, every president, every commissioner got together and said, no, we're not going to do it. If we have to make cuts and changes, we're going to do it because we're not going to pay them. You want to come play here, you're getting a scholarship. If not, go play somewhere else. If every school across the country did that, how could they sue them when things have been going on like this forever? And they'd have found a way to do it. Thanks for your Cal Berkeley people out there that started this whole mess.
And I'm not on they shouldn't be paid. They should be paid side. I'm kind of in the middle that they need
I just
to be
want them to be hungry.
Right, for sure. And what happens when you pay a 18-year-old kid $2 million? Sometimes that desire to
half
succeed
the family
goes
gets
away.
Yeah.
But they should be paid a little bit of something. But I didn't understand how if you're like labeled as an amateur sport, all of a sudden that changed, and now you're being sued into saying, "Oh no, you have to do it this way."
Oh, he's on the phone. Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, let's bring him on, Mike.
Hey, Coach.
I'm sorry, I didn't know you were on the phone. What's going on, Big Daddy?
Oh, just out here doing the thing. It's great seeing you the other night there at Local 115.
Well, it was great seeing you. I told you, I'd tell Jason. I got him on here. I want y'all to be able to visit one another. We're talking about, how crazy college athletics are, all this new proposed bill, which I don't think will happen. But now that I got you on the phone, I want to jump into something else. Michigan, their coach, I really think this is a bad look. I think they were better off not to say we're going to suspend the coach. I think they were better off not to say anything, because now Michigan comes out and said we're going to suspend our coach for 2 games. And most times we're going to suspend a coach, it's for the first 2 games. No. They're not going to be suspended for the Oklahoma game week 1. They want to be suspended week 3 and 4. They're picking out their punishment. It's like having a son or daughter that gets in trouble. Dad, I agree with you. I'm going to self-impose my penalty. I'm not going to do anything from 10 o'clock at night to 6 in the morning. I mean, that's more or less what it was. I think it's a bad look for Michigan. What's your take on that?
It's just a minor slap on the hands, too.
Yeah.
You know, it's going to get a lot bigger.
Yeah, I
wonder what the team up north Eddie's going to think about that.
Yeah, I think they're trying to get out ahead of this and try to take the slap on the wrist and act like, hey, we punished ourselves. But if the Committee on Infractions meeting is June 6th through 7th. I can't imagine that's what they would come with a punishment after everything with the Weiss situation, with Stallions, with repeat offenders. They got 6 level 1 violations. They thumbed their nose at the NCAA. None of them participated in the investigation. Usually if you participate and you're forthcoming, that's when you get leniency. None of them did that. Harbaugh's in the NFL. They got the president going to the University of Florida now, and everybody's like, oh, this is just a coincidence. That's not a coincidence. I mean, Michigan's one of the top public schools in the country. You don't go from Michigan to Florida. No offense to Florida fans. I know Florida's a tremendous public school, but that's a very prestigious job for a president to be the president of Michigan. I think the shortest tenure president in Michigan history was 5 years, and that's because the guy died. Now, this guy's been there 3 years. He's got all these lawsuits with the Weiss situation and the data breach, and all of a sudden now he's going to move to Florida. I have no clue. I mean, I think that's a dumb hire for Florida. He's football friendly. Don't get me wrong. Obviously, he buried all that stuff with
Whatever
the
it takes,
yeah,
he
wrote bad out on Twitter and stuck his nose out there and thumbed it at the NCAA. So, but let's be honest, he's slipping out the back door right before real sanctions. And I'm not even talking about the NCAA. I'm talking about the FBI investigation that has to do with Weiss and the data breach.
Let me ask Mike this. Mike, do you think the NCAA is really going to do something?
They should, but who knows?
All right. Let me point out to you two. Look at society now. We got politicians going to another country trying to get it back illegal back into the country that broke laws.
That's a gang member.
We've got politicians that stole billions of dollars and they don't do anything to them. You really think the NCAA is going to do anything?
I think if they don't, then we're going to have the Wild West in college football, because what's going to stop, Ohio State, Alabama, Georgia from going out and hiring a code breaker, and now we're just playing, espionage games instead of actually coaching football and trying to win at football. I mean, if we don't do that and deter this, behavior, and it's pretty substantial.
The way things are going in our world now, I don't think we can do anything.
I just can't see it. If they weren't going to do anything, Michigan would have already negotiated their punishment, and it would be in the back seat.
Is this part of it?
No, this is them trying to say.
I'm going to take 2 games. Oh, here are the 2 I'm going to take now. Not the first 2. Let's take off the last 2.
But what people have to understand, that's self-imposed. That's from Michigan's side. That ain't got nothing to do with the NCAA. So that's them trying to say, oh, look, we punished ourselves. Please don't punish us. If this was not going to be a punishable offense, if they're just going to get a slap on the wrist, Michigan would have already negotiated their punishment, and it would be in the rearview mirror.
And I know, and I am truly, I can say this, I have pulled for Michigan over the years. I like Bo Schembechler. I've always watched that Ohio State-Michigan game. Both of them are blue bloods. It's the winningest team in college football history. They won a national championship 2 years ago. It's not like I have any kind of disrespect towards them whatsoever. But
speak for yourself.
But I would take University of Florida over the University of Michigan any day of the week. I think Florida is an elite school. And for Florida to go up there and hire this guy with all these problems they've had in athletics, I don't get it. That to me, if I'm a Florida booster, if I'm a Florida trustee, I would be like, wait a minute, they've had a lot of issues. Have they not been paying attention to what happened to the athletic departments up there? And sports in Florida are pretty big.
Absolutely, but the main thing is that Michigan's going to have lawsuits, probably numbering in the billions of dollars from this data breach, because they didn't notify the students who Weiss hacked their information that they had been hacked. So they had no idea. So those class action lawsuits are just now starting. I mean, they're going to be major. And this was the guy that oversaw that suppressed that information.
How many billions of dollars does Michigan have in that, what's it called, the money?
Their endowment or whatever.
Yeah, it's got to be more than Florida.
They're one of those research institutions that probably bring in $1 billion a year in just research money, that AAU stuff that we always talk about that you have to be a member of to get into the Big Ten. So you're talking billions of dollars that these guys have. So
that's right. I'm with you. I think he wants out of there.
He's got to be. I mean, he's the shortest tenured president in Michigan history. The other guy died. I mean, that's the only reason he didn't continue as president. And You just don't go from Michigan to Florida. And I know Florida fans are going to be, I just ranked this, that. But Michigan is a prestigious public school when it comes to the academic side. That's a huge job for any president. That's a downgrade when you talk about trying to improve your career path. So it just seems very strange. It could be just a coincidence. I give everybody the benefit of the doubt, but it just seems very, very strange. It seems very strange for Florida to me. You would think they have smarter people in place. If he's got this many problems, you would think those are damaged goods to be bringing on to lead your university over the next 10 years, because he could be fined. It could be a show cause. There could be a lot of punishments that he's going to incur if he knew things about the football program, if he knew things about the data breach before they've been released. So there's a lot of gray area there. I'm just surprised that Florida named him the leading candidate and has no other options in the hopper.
I hope Paul's still listening. Let me get this real quick. Jamie responded.
Well, it's Mike, but that's okay.
Yeah, well, wait a minute. Paul called earlier, and he wanted a question answered. Nate Oates has the bulk of his roster back. He said yesterday, we're going to have a really good shooting team, maybe the best shooting team we've ever had since I've been here. We're shooting. We're going to be shooting from everywhere. Big boys can shoot. Everybody can shoot. Front court. So everything's looking pretty good. He sounds really confident. Feels really good. They added a former 5-star kid to. I forgot where he's from. Anyway, he feels good. Paul, he feels pretty good about what's going with his basketball program. All right, Mike, we got to take a break. You want to hold on for a minute, Mike?
I'll hold for a minute because I want to talk to you about what we talked about at the local 115 the other day.
All right, we'll come back with Mike right here. Let's talk about some of our, you know what, let's talk about the local 115. I tell you what, the food is incredible. You know what, Vandegrift, what do you expect? His mom and dad are legendary family, legendary parents. Don coached, 30-something years. Judy ran for superintendent. She's incredible, both of them. She's city commissioner, then they have to leave. Wonderful people. Kyle does everything Kyle touches turns to gold. The local 115, downtown Harrison Avenue, they got the best crab cakes you'll get anywhere. The gumbo's incredible. Go check it out. We think you'll love it. That is our Bay County Hall of Fame. The Bay County didn't have one. He started one. Go look at all the pictures. It's incredible. If you're a cheerleader, band member, student body, whatever, they got pictures of everything down at the local 115. Go check it out. Now, Kyle also has Vandy Roofing and General Contracting. It's TK Vandy Roofing and General Contracting. They design, they build, commercial, residential. They can do it all. I know Patrick's getting something built from him. When we get a new roof, we're going to go with Vandy Roofing. If you're looking to get a roof, and these insurance companies are going to get you, if it's 15 years old, they're going to drop you in a heartbeat. You're going to have to get one. You better call Vandy Roofing. His business has gone to the top. He's incredible. You'll love him. Great people. Kyle Vandegrift, Vandy Roofing. Turf Pro Pest Control. You want the yard to look beautiful? Talk to Patrick. He'll make it happen. Listen to him every Monday right here, 8:30 on ESPN Northwest Florida. We'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Colin Cowherd. The Warriors had no bench, no depth, an old team on the road playing 6 guys because they tried to play Jonathan Kuminga twice, and you can see Steve Kerr's frustration. It doesn't work. He's like the kid at the playground none of the kids will play with.
The Herd with Colin Cowherd. Weekdays, ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good morning. This is Joanna with your latest forecast on ESPN Northwest Florida. For this afternoon and evening, a variety of light sprinkles and some sun and a high of 79 with wind 5 to 10 miles per hour out of the south. Some clouds tonight, a very light wind and warm near 72. Mostly cloudy in the morning and then light showers and 80 tomorrow. 77 and mostly clouds in the morning, but otherwise sprinkles Thursday. This is your Tuesday's weather brought to you by Ellis Agency Insurance. Thank you for keeping that dial on ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Ellis Agency Insurance has been serving Panama City and Bay County for years. They offer a full line of affordable insurance coverage of all types. Many people are attracted to Ellis Agency Insurance because of their friendly, knowledgeable staff. Call independent agent Johnny Ellis for a true comparison of your personal or business insurance. Ellis Agency Insurance at the Old Cullen Insurance location, 1134 Harrison Avenue, across from Dandy Donuts and Deli. Call 763-1627.
WGSX Lynn Haven, W Field, Q Port St. Joe. Powered by Panama City Toyota.
And that's out of the ballpark.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Hewitt Tire and Auto. Call 850-769-7323. Your certified AAA service center and hometown towing. Visit them online at HewittTire.com. On Airport Road in Panama City. 850-769-7323. Hewitt Tire and Auto Center and Hometown Towing.
Need a tow? Call Billy at Hometown Towing, 850-265-1562.
If you got more A's on your truck than you did in high school, you might be a Bama fan. Now back to the Coach James Hale Show on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Roll. I can't believe I got a Buckeye on during an Alabama update, but I will do it.
Smart guy.
Big Mike. All right, Mike, what you got for me?
And when I was there at the local 115 enjoying those oysters from the courtesy of that CBC Construction, with you and your wife, which, by the way, you definitely outkicked your coverage.
Oh,
with her.
for sure.
A lot of people say I'm a lot more attractive, but go ahead. Go ahead.
You know what? Remember, we need a promotional T-shirt for your show. All right?
Hey, what now?
Say, unbelievable, amazing, incredible, legendary. Then how much time I got?
Keep it up. Keep it up.
I think it'll go.
Wait a minute. Go back and say what you said because I didn't hear what you said. I apologize. Go back what you started.
On this T-shirt, got this different line. It says one of unbelievable, amazing, incredible, legendary. Then ... how much time I got?
And then you got Wildcat flipping on the bird, and then that number one.
You don't know what I put up with it, man. I get abused in this place. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I'm too old to be doing this.
You did a great job. You got some good help there, too, between the doctors, the businessmen, and the preacher.
Oh,
you got
man.
some good help, though.
Yeah, we do. We have great people that come in here, and our sponsors are incredible. I've known most of these guys now for 10 years plus. Heck, Jay Michaels, since I've been here. They're just wonderful people. Wonderful people.
Yeah.
And they love sports. They do. All of them love the sport, and they know it works. You're at two of our places I've seen you at. El Rodeo Tequila Bar and Grill, local 115. I don't know if I've seen you at Jay Michaels yet. Have you been down there?
Yes, I have.
Good.
They're a Friday for Chris Fish. And,
Good.
And, let's see, ice cold beer and fresh seafood, if I remember right.
Are you originally from Ohio? Because I know you're a big Ohio State fan.
What's that? I'm sorry, what?
Are you originally from Ohio?
Yes, originally, yes.
Where in Ohio are you from?
Well, born in southeast Ohio, then many years around Columbus.
Okay.
We moved down here from a place called Hideaway Hills down in Hocking County.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
So I was born in Springfield. My dad still lives in Westchester. He drives, a truck, or used to, and down in Cincinnati. My brother used to live up there as well. So we were down in southeast Ohio as well.
It's hard not to be a Buckeye fan.
No, yeah.
I was a Buckeye for life, but I was a Bobcat for 4 years.
I managed to not be a Buckeye fan.
Hey, now.
And I grew up in Cincinnati.
Well, you grew up on the other side of the river.
Yeah.
With Buckeye fans, we're definitely few and far between.
I grew up in Claremont County out there.
Yeah, we threw rocks at you from across the
river. Oh, my God. Hey, let me ask you this. You're old enough. I think you're old enough. I grew up watching that Michigan-Ohio State game back in the day when you only had like one. The team could be on TV maybe 2 or 3 times a whole year. But my dad, our whole family, I love the guy. He's a legend. I think their best coach. Some people might argue. I still think he's the best coach they ever had, and that's the great Woody Hayes. We used to watch him do stuff, and he was incredible, man. He was a man's man. You had to be tough to play for him. And Bo Schembecker at Michigan, I love that guy also. I read his book. But I was a big Woody Hayes fan, big time. That's one of the reasons I wanted to coach, him and Bear Bryant, people like that.
Yeah. We'd have friends come into town, we'd take him to Woody's grave just to leave some Buckeyes on top of the stone.
Wow. Did you ever get to meet him?
No, never did.
Wow. What about his house? Did they do anything with his house? You can go by and see his house and stuff like that?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I did have a neighbor who his wife was a Buckeye, and he was a Michigan fan. They said the wife would go down and take something to Mrs. Hayes, and Woody sat it on the couch one day, talked like 20 minutes about Russian history one time.
Wow.
Incredible guy.
When they played Alabama in the Sugar Bowl, the only time Coach Bryant and Coach Hayes got together, Woody Hayes got up and spoke, and the place was like, wow. I mean, he blew it out of the water. He did a lot better than Coach Bryant did. And Coach Bryant really wanted to win that football game. He's a very competitive guy. And he was like, we better win this football game.
They're very similar personalities. I mean, back then they were rock stars, but they were tough coaches.
Hard.
I mean, hard guys to play for. You know, Woody kind of lost it at the end there with his diabetes and some of the health issues. So, but he was a tremendous coach, won 5 national championships. I mean, best coach in Ohio State history. You can claim with these other guys, but when you win that much, and he had that 10-year war with Michigan and Bo Schembechler. Schembechler never won one. Michigan. I'm kidding with some of my friendly Michigan fans
how many
there.
years was Woody there? 25?
At least, yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember. All right, Mike. I got to do my Bama update, brother.
Sounds great.
Thanks for coming on, man. I told you I'd get up, will you?
We'll see you around. One of those sponsors for sure.
Yeah. All right, Mike. Thank you so much. Appreciate you.
Take care now.
All right, have a good one, man.
The great Buckeye himself.
Bye-bye.
Mike is a great man. I really like that guy. Good man. All right, Alabama Update brought to you by the legendary Stevenson Air Conditioning. Anytime, day or night, they're there for you. I love Jason. Locals, taking care of locals. That's Stevenson Air Conditioning. Nick Saban is the GOAT. This is another reason you got to believe he's maybe the greatest ever. The only other guy, maybe Bear Bryant at Alabama. But Saban versus the SEC, this is truly incredible. I didn't realize how good it really was. This is Nick Saban versus Arkansas. Nick Saban, 17 wins, 0 losses. The team that had the most success against, hey, Wildcat, hang the phone up. The team that had the most success were 2 of them, LSU and Auburn. Saban beat Auburn 12 times. He lost 5. You can't. He's hard to win at Auburn. It really is. LSU. I think he only lost 1 game in Tuscaloosa. No, he lost 2. I think 2 games in Tuscaloosa. LSU. He was 13-5. So Auburn was the toughest opponent he had. Most success for Auburn. Mississippi State, 16-1. Ole Miss, 15-2. He lost 2 in a row to Ole Miss and Hugh Freeze. Texas A&M, 10 wins, 2 losses. Florida Gators, 8 wins, 1 loss. Florida was the team. When he came in back to the SEC and back to Alabama, it was the Florida Gators, the powerhouse. He went 8-1 against the Florida Gators.
Wow.
Against the Georgia Bulldogs, he went 8-2. Against Kentucky, he went 4-0. Kentucky never beat him.
How can we never talk about Kirby like we did Ryan Day and how he can't beat his rival and he's what?
It just means more here.
Okay. So we just swipe that one under the rug.
I think it means less.
I think the 2 national championships have a little bit to do with it.
It kind of helps a little bit. Missouri, 4-0, Nick Saban's record. South Carolina, 2 wins, 0 losses. That can't be right. I said it's 2-1. He lost to Steve Spurrier.
Oh, yeah.
Tennessee, 16-1. Vandy, 6-0. The 3 biggest rivals of Bama. These you can think it's Georgia, you can think it's somebody else. These are truly over the years the rivals of Alabama. It's Tennessee and Auburn. It's Auburn and Tennessee. And then the third one is the LSU Fighting Tigers. Nick Saban versus those three teams over those years that he was the head coach, 17 years, 41 wins and 11 losses against your rivals. That you can stay a pretty long time when you win 41 games after your 3 rivals. Yeah. He also won 6 national championships at the University of Alabama. I tell you what, though, to me, it would always be Bear Bryant, but I love Nick Saban. I might say it's a tie, but honestly, the love I have for Coach Bryant, my hero growing up, it's Bear Bryant.
I think you're a little biased just because
I am. I'm old.
I love Bear Bryant too, don't get me wrong, but the era in which Saban dominated is much tougher because of the playoffs, the recruiting, and everything else. I mean, it's just much tougher.
I will say this. If Alabama, you go back and look at his game, all but about 2 years, he'd been in playoffs all those years, had more opportunities to win more ball games, more opportunities, more championships. So I look at it that way. So you can look at it both ways, but I'm with you. I get it.
But they also had unlimited scholarships, I believe, or
He did what he wanted.
Right.
Every rule in the NCAA book is probably because of Coach Bryant.
Right.
They gave scholarships to sports teams we didn't even have.
Yeah. They tried to give the scholarships, and Woody did this to keep guys from going to other teams. So they would be like, hey, come here. You're going to start, and you're our fifth string center.
Yeah. But you'll play for a championship.
Right, yeah.
And you'll play for Ohio State. The latest national championship odds are out post-spring. Number 1, the Buckeyes, plus 450. Number 2, Texas, plus 500. Number 3, Georgia, plus 600. Number 4, James Franklin and Penn State, plus 750. Tied with Oregon, plus 750. Then it's Notre Dame, plus 1,100. Alabama, number 7, plus 1,300. And number 8, LSU, plus 1,800. Number 9 is a tie. Number 9, number 10, I have them tied up. Plus 2,000 is Clemson and Tennessee.
Clemson getting a lot of love.
They are.
I mean, if you look at some of these preseason rankings, 2 teams that are shocked, I'm shocked about, would be Clemson or in that top 3, top 4 range. And I've seen Georgia around 8 to 11 in a lot of these preseason polls, which is shocking to me. I mean, they have recruited as good as anybody over the last 10 years and the last 3 years, which is what their team's going to be made of. I understand the quarterback spot and wide receiver is a little bit of a question mark, but they're always going to field a good defense, offensive line, running back. So I was surprised to see them in that 8 to 10 range.
I'm with you, brother. All right, let's take a break, and let's talk about Stevenson Air Conditioning. I can't say enough. I have my vocabulary limited. I don't have enough great things to say about it. They're wonderful. They're great people. That's number 1. They're great people. They're local people. He grew up here. He graduated from Mosey High School. It's family-owned. A lot of family work there. Debbie does a great job down there. All of them. They do what they tell you they're going to do. They're on time. They work extremely hard. They don't try to take every penny you got in your pocketbook. They're honest, hardworking people. And you want to get your heating and cooling system serviced right before summer. It's going to save you money on your power bill, and it will last longer. Same thing during the winter. It'll keep you warm in the winter. Get it serviced twice a year. It's going to save you money over a period of time. As a matter of fact, it's one of the few things you can purchase to pay for itself over a long period of time. Go with Stevenson Air Conditioning. Go with something national.
This is no sales pitch. I was paying $350, $400 a month on my electric bill, and then when I went with them, my electric bill's now around $180, $220. And
oh yeah,
I keep it cold in my house.
They come in and I asked them. They show me all kind of things, all kind of little tricks to keep your house warmer in the winter and cooler in the summer. Yeah. It's amazing. He knows what he's doing.
If we get it serviced every so often, it'll run.
We've had so many people buy brand new units from him just from our show. It's unbelievable. Chad Mitchell, it takes about
worth
everybody.
It. I can tell you that. It saves you some money over the time.
Go with Stevenson Air Conditioning, no doubt about that. I tell you, somebody else is wonderful people. That's Russ and Amber down there. They are truly great people. I met their wives, their husbands.
They wheel and they deal with
it. They're just good people.
They keep their selection updated and everything. And so
where are they located?
Everything at they're 830 Highway 77 in Lynn Haven. Don't laugh at me. and they've got, like I said, the new spring collection. They've also are designing a one-of-a-kind ring for that one-of-a-kind woman in case you came down here.
I haven't found that yet.
Met that beautiful woman and you want to get married to her. They can have that ring on her finger in 10 days, and they can do it for a lot less. Free jewelry and special
5 minutes
cleaning
can save your life. You better go see Dr. Ward. Pay attention. You're out in the sun now. We've already been at the water park. People going to the beach, playing golf, out playing sports, just out in the sun. Check it out. It can be deadly. 5 minutes can save your life. Dr. Ward's got office throughout the Panhandle of Florida. Listen to him every Wednesday right here on ESPN Northwest Florida. We'll be right back. You listen to 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida, home of the Atlanta Braves. Be right back.
Northwest Florida, the Paul Feinbaum Show.
Let's go to Dwayne up next.
Hey, I want to know why Alabama, all y'all Alabama fans and stuff, then sued the NFL to send Jalen Milroe up there. Everybody in the world knows Jalen Milroe was no first-round pick.
This is hard for some people to believe. You actually have to have grounds for a lawsuit.
Paul Feinbaum, weeknights, 6 to 10 on ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good morning. This is Joanna with your latest forecast on ESPN Northwest Florida. For this afternoon and evening, a variety of light sprinkles and some sun and a high of 79 with wind 5 to 10 miles per hour out of the south. Some clouds tonight, a very light wind and warm near 72. Mostly cloudy in the morning and then light showers and 80 tomorrow. 77 and mostly clouds in the morning, but otherwise sprinkles Thursday. This is your Tuesday's weather brought to you by Ellis Agency Insurance. Thank you for keeping that dial on ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Want to experience the ultimate car wash? At Tommy's Express, you'll love our open and bright tunnels, easy loading, flat belt conveyor, unlimited membership, and free vacuums and mat washers. Try us for free. Text WASH 415 to 86697 to send our best wash, The Works, directly to your phone. You'll love the sudsy clean, ceramic wax, underbody flush, spot-free rinse, and tire gloss. Experience the difference and visit Tommy's Express today. Offer valid for new guests only. By participating, you consent to receive promotional and information text from Tommy's Express. Message and data rates may apply. Message frequency varies.
Los Rancheros has been doing it right for 20 years. Los Rancheros brings a top-shelf dining experience to you with the opening of their beautiful new building. Watch all college and pro games on Los Rancheros' 14 large-screen TVs with great drink specials daily from 2 to 5 and during all the games. Los Rancheros, the place for live sports and great food on 23rd Street between Jenks and Harrison. The Coach James Hale Show is live and local from the J. Michaels studio.
They got something that money couldn't buy. I was noticing when you come down the stairs that you've got pretty legs. All right, I'll tell you a story without a happy ending. Y'all following this?
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Hey, Martha, Kenny, James, Jenna, Michigan Eddie, all you Auburn Tigers, we really appreciate you guys. Auburn Updates brought to you by Beef O'Grady's in Lynn Haven. I love Pat Perno. That's one of the finest. You know Pat. That's what a great man he is.
Really
Truly
good. Really fun to talk to, too.
Got a good heart, always giving back to the community. He's the city commissioner over there, city commissioner, mayor, one day. But anyway, the guy is incredible. Does a great job with Beef O'Grady's in Lynn Haven. The food's amazing. TV's everywhere. But what I love about that place, seriously, when you walk in there, they know how to treat you. They always got a smile on their face. They're never negative. They're always positive, and the food's always good. That's Beef O'Grady's in Lynn Haven. That's kind of like Michigan Eddie. He's always positive. He's always happy. He's always got a smile on his face. He's always building you up. That's the reason I love that man. He is the people's caller.
Even when his program's in shambles.
Well, but even then, he turns it into a
That's
negative.
What I'm saying. That's
to
why
a
I
positive.
respect him.
Setback to comeback.
It could be a garbage can, but
it doesn't
he
happen
still
to you. It
supports
happens
him.
for you. The one and only Michigan Eddie.
Oh, he's on the phone. I didn't know that.
Michigan Eddie, what are you doing, brother?
We're trying to I just dropped the kids off to school. Now I'm going to support American Heroes out at Checkered Flag out at Tennille, helping Langley out.
Good man. God bless you.
So they're flying a lot, and if you hear a lot of the sounds of freedom, man, you got all kinds of jets. You got F-35s, F-22s, F-18.
Hey, Michigan Eddie.
You got Vipers, all that, man.
What? Tell. You might know more about it than we do, but the president was talking about this new aircraft they have that's so expensive, it's unbelievable. It's supposed to be the most advanced in the world. What do you know about it? Is it? Have you heard how good it is?
Talking about NGAD, the new fighter?
Yeah.
Oh, it's supposed to be the best in the world, of course.
He could tell you, but then he'd have
you can't talk about it?
Well, you can go on open source on the internet and read all about it. It's a kind of collaboration with Lockheed Martin and Boeing.
Wow.
And it's been under development for some time now.
Yeah.
But it's going to be something else, man.
Is it the fastest one? Is it the fastest jet they ever made?
It's not shaped.
I'm sorry, I can't answer you.
It's not shaped like a Tic Tac.
You can't ask me those questions, man.
Okay, I'm sorry.
You know better than that.
I know.
You know better than that, bro.
I know.
Look at Top Gun was made after him. He's got high-end clearance. I mean, he's Maverick.
Yeah, that's true. Talking about Michigan Eddie?
Yeah.
That movie was made based on your life story. You know, Tom Cruise playing it.
I was a backseater, man. So.
Oh, you weren't Goose. He's dead.
I would say something about the backseater, but I won't.
You guys
hey, Well, hey, hopefully all goes good when I go to MD Anderson in July. So I'm still kicking, I'm still working. So
that's the reason we were talking about you. We hadn't heard from you. We're kind of worried, so I just wanted the people out there to hear that beautiful voice. Are you doing okay, man? Are you feeling okay?
Well, I'm tired and stuff. I'm still working. I support the family. But I did have a wedding a couple weeks ago. You know, my mom's in town. You know, and all that. I have a lot going on, Coach. You know,
how's your son doing?
My life doesn't revolve around you.
Yeah. Is there anything we can do to help out?
Stop spewing fake news. Ono is leaving Michigan because he's going to become one of the highest paid presidents in all of the country. He's getting like a $2 million raise.
Well, after we get through saying we have to say, I think Florida's going to take that offer away. We're trying to have a recall on that.
Well, you want to know something, Stan? Oh, no. I mean, golly, man, she was president when I was going to school there, and when I was getting my master's from Michigan, because Schlissel, the guy that I had before, was a joke, and I wish his name wasn't on my diploma, but it is what it is. But I mean, he's a president of the students, athletics, all the stuff going on. You know, I mean, he's a great dude, and hey, he's going to Florida. Bubby goes to Florida, so I'm happy. I'm good.
Well,
I'm good with it.
The only thing,
and
I wouldn't
I'm
be
sad for Michigan.
Yeah,
but,
I wasn't being ugly about it. I was just being realistic and trying to be fair about it. If I'm on the board, I don't think I'd hire him with everything that's going on with the scandal, with the cheating and all that kind of stuff, the NCAA investigation. And I'm not being ugly towards you at all. I'm being dead serious. I just thought they wouldn't go get involved with that because he was the president and he's in charge of the entire school, and he was a guy in charge when all this stuff was going on.
Well, that had a breach with a football coach, and I'm not defending that. That's a bunch of bullpucky right there, you know. So that's bad. But I don't even think he was on the job yet, or he was in his first year. So he inherited kind of stuff that was going on before his time there.
Okay.
So you can't put the blame on Santa Ono, but someone's got to be the fall guy, right?
Yeah.
You know, you always got to have a scapegoat, and you know, and
the only thing that he could be in trouble with,
he's done nothing but great things for the university.
Yeah.
But I'll be honest with you, I've been to both campuses, Gainesville and Ann Arbor. You know, and Michigan is like Florida. Florida's like Michigan.
Yeah.
They're very comparable. Very great academic institutions, great athletic programs, with medical, engineering, all that. They're very comparable, you know?
Yeah.
So it is what it is.
I thought, I'm glad
but you can't compare the big house to the swamp at all. So I've been to both, and I was very disappointed. CBS makes the swamp look so much better on TV than it is in real life. So I went to the A&M Florida game this past season.
Right.
The stands were like basically half full.
Yeah.
They honored Emmitt Smith and all that, and I was disappointed because I was expecting it to be rocking and all that. The sound system was terrible and all that. Parking was terrible.
It's an older stadium. It definitely should get some upgrades, but it gets loud. Like if you go to a Florida LSU game, Florida, you know, some of the rivalries, if they play, well, they don't really play Alabama. Maybe like Florida Auburn. I mean, it gets loud just because of the way this stadium
loud. Yeah, a lot louder than Michigan. A lot louder.
Their baseball stadium now is awesome.
Yeah,
the Gator baseball complex and all that's awesome. But
Michigan. I want to go back to the president.
The Swamp needs a revamp. The Swamp needs a revamp.
I want to go back to the president of Michigan. I'm glad you pointed these things out. I'm glad you pointed these things out because they had to be reasons that wanted him to be the president of Florida because there had to be some great positive things, and you're pointing those out. And I didn't realize if that was going on before he got there. I get it. Then you got to give him some leeway. Did he try to correct the wrongs while he was there? That might be a question. But I'm glad you pointed out the good positive thing because I was like, why would they hire somebody that's involved in all this kind of stuff? And now you're kind of explaining it to it. I get that now a little bit, but I still don't know if I'd have gone with him.
I would. He's a great president. He's a great dude. I mean, he supports everything at Michigan. He's at basketball, baseball, everything, and all that. So, I mean, why wouldn't you want him to be? You know?
And he was great at UC. People don't realize he was at UC when they built that thing up, and their sports were outstanding. I mean, if you want a president that's friendly to sports, he's your guy. I mean, he gives his athletic department anything they want to be able to succeed, maybe even too much. My only concern with him and what could come out later is notifying the victims of, when the data breach happened. Some of that stuff seems to be not matching up on the timeline. That could be something that could be an issue down the road. That was my only concern for Florida hiring him. But all the things you say as far as the positives are true, and just being an Ohio State fan and watching how he gave the football program and Harbaugh and everything, hired Dusty May. I mean, those are great hires. Those were great moves. Those are very sport friendly. So, and I think Florida wants to get back to winning championships. So I think in that aspect, it's a great hire. I just think that stuff that's lingering.
He might have new technology.
No, I'm just trying to be fair based on the things.
But he might have new technology and how to scout, how to recruit.
He probably does. They have an advanced scouting system there.
Anyway, hey, what did you think, Michelle? We got to take a break. Do you have to go?
No, I'm driving to work, so I can hang on.
Oh, hang on, because we get back when I ask you about and give you time to think about it. Michigan's pathetic offer to suspend, the coach for 2 games, not week 1 and 2, but the games that they wanted suspended for. I didn't think that was right, and we'll talk about that with Michigan. We'll get back.
That's a hammer. They got hammered.
Yeah. Let's talk to some of our wonderful people. We have so many great people. I appreciate all of them. Turf Pro Pest Control. You want that yard look beautiful? Pat can make it happen. Pat does such a wonderful job. Listen to him every Monday at 8:30. He always brings some great insight to everything that's going on in the college athletic world, NFL. You name it, the guy knows what he's talking about. The local 115, Kyle Vandergrift does a great job now. I already told you the best gumbo you'll get anywhere. Go check it out. We think you'll love it. Steve's Bike Shop, incredible. Those electric bikes are taking over the world. He's got a huge selection of those, and he can repair them. Steve's Bike Shop, since 1979, been taking care of Bay County. The guy's a legend. Stevenson Air Conditioning, Southern Chad Mitchell, the legendary doctor. 26 years on Bay County sidelines. Incredible. That's like you live. That's like you doing radio. How many years you done radio now? 76?
42, 43 years.
43 years.
And how many years have Doc been on the show with you?
He's 9 years. We've been together for 9. Jason and I have been together for 9 years. It's crazy.
Jesus.
7 here, 2 with the other one.
Patience is an angel, bro.
Next year is the big number.
Remember the 23rd Street location?
23rd. I remember Jason. I remember Max Michaels. I remember Jay Michaels. We did it in your store. Remember me, Scott Rossman? You did it at your store right down there?
We did a couple at my store. Did a couple of Jay Michaels.
All right, we'll be right back. Well, enough about you. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
ESPN Northwest Florida. We're taking the inside drive.
I follow a lot of soccer and basketball on Instagram, and you have some of these NBA players that are like, whoa, man, the Europeans, they're working on fundamentals at a young age, where we're just going to tournaments and playing these games. They're really learning the game inside out before they start.
Join Ryan Mulvey.
Thank you very little.
Middays 11 to 1 on ESPN Northwest Florida.
It's a Memorial Day mattress sale going on now at the Sleep Center. Stop by the Sleep Center and you can save up to $500 on select Sealy adjustable mattress sets. Sealy, made in the USA, and available at
Sleep Center, where it's bedtime all day long.
Ellis Agency Insurance has been serving Panama City and Bay County for years. They offer a full line of affordable insurance coverage of all types. Many people are attracted to Ellis Agency Insurance because of their friendly, knowledgeable staff. Call independent agent Johnny Ellis for a true comparison of your personal or business insurance. Ellis Agency Insurance at the Old Cullen Insurance location, 1134 Harrison Avenue, across from Dandy Donuts in Delhi. Call 763-1627.
Get your mom a beautiful color gemstone that she'll cherish and wear for a lifetime from Tracy's Fine Jewelry. And just in time, Tracy's Fine Jewelry is offering our entire collection of color gemstone jewelry, rings, earrings, pendants, and bracelets at 60% off. That's right, 60% off our entire selection. The largest selection and the lowest prices are just some of the reasons why people choose Tracy's Fine Jewelry to find the perfect gift for Mother's Day. Tracy's Fine Jewelry, 2621 East 15th Street in Panama City.
It's a Memorial Day mattress sale going on now at the Sleep Center. Stop by the Sleep Center and you can save up to $500 on select Sealy adjustable mattress sets. Sealy, made in the USA, and available at
Sleep Center, where it's bedtime all day long.
He doesn't always go the extra mile. But when he does, it's because he missed the exit. It's the Coach James Hale Show. Live and local inside the J. Michael Studio. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
The one and only, the people's caller, the great Michigan Eddie. Give him a hand. Love him. He's been very positive today. He's been a happy camper, and that's what we want to continue to do with him. Michigan Eddie, we love you, brother. We'll get into Auburn here in a little bit. Michigan, I want to get back to your coach. Seriously, this is just me, just one opinion. I could be completely wrong, but I'm not. If I'm Michigan, I would have not come out and said a word. I'd have just kept going, kept my mouth shut, and see how this thing plays out. Make people forget about it.
Deny till you die.
That too, it can run out. Whereas, was it statute of limitations? They could let that thing run out. So when you come out and you say, hey, we're going to suspend our coach for 2 games, and I was thinking, okay, you suspended coaches of game 1 and 2. No, they got Oklahoma week 1. They know that. And they chose to suspend him week 3 and 4, which is a bad look. I don't care what Michigan people say. It's a bad look. I wish they wouldn't have said a word. I think it brings more negative light towards Michigan. What's your take? Am I crazy? What's your take being a Michigan fan? What's your take on it?
Well, I just heard about it yesterday, and I was busy, working and driving low-heady places and all that stuff. I mean, it's 3 years after the fact, it's like, I don't get it. Yeah, the NCAA, if you're going back to the Scallions thing and all that, the NCAA presidents they're the champions, all that, and now all of a sudden 2-3 years later, now they're bringing all this stuff up again. It's like the NCAA, they're cooking a bunch of Fruit Loops, crazy bowl of nuts. It's just, they make no sense. They should be disbanded. Doe should do something about the NCAA, you know what I mean, and dismantle them like they did the Department of Education. It's a joke. And honestly, if you are going to suspend somebody, it should be the first 2 games of the season or something like that.
Right.
I'm just being honest.
Right.
It's not weeks 3 and 4. That makes no sense, because then basically you're picking and choosing because you got 2 big games to open up the season, right?
Right.
So I just don't get it. It's all a bunch of crap, man. NCAA is a bunch of crap. Michigan has had some scandals in the past, and with the Fab Five, with the baseball program, the hockey program, and all that. They're not
pretty much every program.
They're not immune. Like the Buckeyes, they've had their share of stuff too.
Bite your tongue, sir.
And all that. I'm just being honest. I'm the people's caller, and I'm saying it both ways. I'm not fake news. It's just. College athletics is crooked to begin with. We all know that.
Yeah.
We all know that.
I think the reason this is still lingering is because Harbaugh and them just kind of left out the back door. They did no cooperation. Stallions thumbed his nose out. Said, I don't remember being on Central. When you do that and you start poking people and making them look stupid, they're going to come after you. And I thought if they just cooperated and negotiated, just say 3-game suspension for more, first game of the year. I think Michigan fans, if they kept the national championship, no bowl bans, no restriction on recruiting, they would have took that and flown with it. And I think the NCAA, because they need W's right now, because they're losing in every single court battle they are in, would have accepted that as well. But because nobody cooperated, they all kind of thumbed their nose at the NCAA. And I agree with Coach Hale on this one, and this has nothing to do with, hating Michigan or anything. When you implement a self-imposed ban on game 3 and 4 and you kind of pick and choose the games you want because they're easy games, that's another slap in the NCAA's face. If you would have put game 1, game 2, we're going to suspend it for 2 games, we're serious about this, I think this would all go away, but they continue to fumble the ball and kind of thumb their nose at the NCAA, and I've never seen this work out for teams. That's why Ohio State got in trouble under the Tressel things, because the actual infraction wasn't that serious. It was trading trinkets and stuff for tattoos. They weren't selling anything. They weren't collecting any money. They weren't getting paid by boosters, but because he didn't come and wasn't forthright with the NCAA, he got a year ban. He got a show cause for the NFL. They got a year postseason ban. So anytime you do that, that's the only time the NCAA really has some teeth that come after you, and I think that's what we're seeing with Michigan now.
Yeah.
Isn't Tressel like the lieutenant governor of Ohio now or something?
Yeah. Tressel's a great man. What they did to him was absolutely disgusting.
I mean, that trinket thing is a bunch of bull.
Yeah.
And it's going to come from a Michigan guy. I
Right.
mean, that's so ludicrous and so stupid. They punish these schools for the littlest stuff, and you have some schools getting away with murder. I mean,
100%.
probably bad choice of words there, but you know what I'm saying?
But you had Tennessee give away bags of cash, like $10,000, $15,000 to recruits, and you got guys that are actually selling their own personal belongings for, to make money. And so obviously they're not getting bags of cash, or else why would they sell their personal stuff? Who
was the guy that sold his gold pants just to pay his mom's electric bill? It was the quarterback. I forgot his name.
I think it was Terrell Pryor at the time, because he was at the center.
Yeah,
of it.
it was Terrell Pryor.
Yeah.
Those TP.
And then Devier Posey.
Because to help his family out. Yeah.
They sold a Big Ten championship ring, but it was their stuff. It wasn't like, hey, we stole this, or hey, we're profiting off this. They were actually trading it to get tattoos done. It was a tattoo parlor that was at the center of all this, because they were being investigated for different crimes. They were selling weed out of it or stuff like that.
I'm going back to the president of Michigan, and this kind of still in my craw a little bit. He's still the president. He had to sign off on this suspension and everything. He's responsible at the University of Michigan. I'm surprised he would let that go. He's leaving anyway. I guess he knew he was going to leave, or had an opportunity to leave, or maybe thought he might.
I think that was from Ward Manuel there.
But he's the president. The president of the university.
I don't think he has anything to do with it. I think there's a big split with academia and Ono. I mean, I think that's his name. There's some politics that were going on behind the scenes that also played into this outside of the scandals. But you just can't overlook the Weiss data breach and the victims that they're going to have. They're going to have a lot of lawsuits up there. And I just think that's the only thing I could really see Florida getting in trouble with by hiring him, because those things aren't going away.
I know there's a big split at Michigan on what people think of the AD Ward Manuel.
Yeah,
that's always been that way.
It was a great hire. He's a Michigan alum, did great things at UConn, blah, blah, blah. But then while he was at Michigan, he did some suspect moves. He let Coach Bakic go, our baseball manager that led us to the College World Series against Vandy.
Yeah.
When Mosley product, J.J. Blade played at Vandy and all that, let him go. And then let Coach Beeline go and all that. So it depends on who you ask. Now, he hired Dusty May, good hire there.
For sure. Great hire.
Getting back on track. Baseball's getting better. They're like, I think, this ain't big at Ohio State, but I think they beat Ohio State like 23-1 like last weekend or the weekend before in baseball.
Yep.
And just, doing really good for a northern school. So, I mean, it is what. But getting back to Harbaugh thumbing his nose, do you expect anything less from Harbaugh?
No.
He marches to his own drum. So, I mean, he was just talking about he wants to make Justin Herbert a Hall of Fame quarterback. I heard that yesterday on the thing. So, I mean, he's a very unique individual, and but him leaving because of all the stuff coming down, that's not why he left. He always had that itch. His main goal, since he won that championship at Michigan, he wants to win that Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And that's like his last thing on his bucket list, professional bucket list, to win that Super Bowl.
And you've coached Michigan. Eddie, I've coached before. When they cut your salary, you remember that.
Oh, for sure.
Come on. He had. I'd have left then.
It wasn't a smooth relationship with him and the AD.
They cut his salary in half, right?
For sure. Yeah, absolutely.
They were teammates, bro, when they were in Michigan, and basically you're screwing over your own teammate and all of that. I mean, dude, you can't have a 10, 11, 12-win season every single year. I mean, people want things done now.
Right.
They're entitled to winning seasons now. It takes at least 3 to 5 years to build a program. That's why people are dogging Hugh Freeze, right? What's he in year 3 now?
Yeah. Right.
I mean, you got to give the coaches time to get the recruits in, develop, build the staff, change the culture, everything's changing and all that. It just doesn't happen overnight, man.
You got, old days you would get 5 years. Now you got 3.
Maybe 2.
Yeah, well, Auburn, you might have 1.
Yeah, you might get 1. And Auburn fans that's a fickle fan base, man.
You got to win. It's a great job. It's one of the best jobs in college football, but you got to win. You got to win.
It's a beautiful campus. I mean, beautiful stadium. I mean, great academics as well.
Yeah, Alabama's the same way.
Auburn
football
fans,
entry
you
in
guys
college
gotta
football.
Be more patient, man.
Yeah.
But if you keep on doing this coaching carousel, you're never going to win nothing. You're going to be mediocrity forever.
I tell you what, I'm so glad we talked to you today.
Yeah.
You were fair. You had some great answers, and I'm proud of your response to all that stuff. Hey, you have a great day, brother. Call us again. We love you, and we're praying for you.
It was good hearing from you, buddy.
Hey, pray for Brian. He's at MD Anderson, the guy from Long Beach. Pray for Brian, one of your listeners.
I will.
He's at MD Anderson right now.
All right,
man.
Let us know about
you guys
that.
Take care.
Have a good one, man.
Thank you. All right, let's talk about some of our great people. All of them. The legendary J. Michael's Restaurant. Go check it out today. Have a great meal. Black beans and quesadillas, a special day. And let's talk some other legendary, a local right here. Jason Kovaleski, Max Fit Sports Nutrition. All these, I'm going to hit on this one more time. All these families, they work so hard. Now, the mother, father, they have to work to survive. Most of them, 99%. And they don't have time to come home and cook a meal. They're tired, they're worn out. So this meal plan you have, I think that's the answer to a lot of people's problems. Talk again what they can do for you.
Yeah, so we can cook your healthy made meals or balanced or portioned out for a healthy diet, basically. I mean, it's not a diet. It's actually just quality food, no preservatives. We use local farmers, but you can order from our Square site. It's maxfitmealsanytime at gmail.com. You can go follow us on Facebook at maxfitmeals or on Instagram, and there's a link there where you can order your meals. If you order them by Friday, you can pick them up on Monday. You can order 5, 10 right off the menu, or we can do custom meal plans for you. You can also call MaxFit 850-708-3051, and I can set you up and have a consultation with you to get your customized meal plans. And we have a free sample bar in each of our stores if you want to come in and try some of our products, our vitamins, greens, our proteins, pre-workouts. If you take a pre-workout, want to try a new one, come in, grab one for free, go take it to the gym, try it out. But we got all different types of products. We got a really good test booster. If you're getting up there in age, you don't want to quite get on TRT yet, I have a really good Intech test booster that helps with just overall energy levels, sex drive, muscle tone. I mean, everything that low testosterone has an effect on, this can help you with, and it's a natural product. So just come check us out. We're on 23rd Street in the Del Coronado Village, and we're in Pier Park North next to Dick's Sporting Goods.
Excuse me. I want to thank my daughter, Jamie Hale, for this information. Paul wanted to know these about Bama's roster. They're in pretty good shape. She says, no, they're a lot better than what people think. Bama's going to be really good next year. So thank you, Jamie. All right, we'll be right back. 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Braves are back.
Here comes the throw. It's late. Braves win.
And ESPN Northwest Florida is your exclusive radio home for Braves country.
He just wrecked that thing. Straight away center, a homer for Riley.
Sales, Strider, Acuna, Ozzie, Riley, Profar, and Coach Snitker lead a stellar lineup. Listen live nights and weekends on ESPN Northwest Florida.
Good morning. This is Joanna with your latest forecast on ESPN Northwest Florida. For this afternoon and evening, a variety of light sprinkles and some sun and a high of 79 with wind 5 to 10 miles per hour out of the south. Some clouds tonight, a very light wind and warm near 72. Mostly cloudy in the morning and then light showers and 80 tomorrow. 77 and mostly clouds in the morning, but otherwise sprinkles Thursday. This is your Tuesday's weather brought to you by Ellis Agency Insurance. Thank you for keeping that dial on ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Want to experience the ultimate car wash? At Tommy's Express, you'll love our open and bright tunnels, easy loading, flat belt conveyor, unlimited membership, and free vacuums and mat washers. Try us for free. Text WASH 415 to 86697 to send our best wash, The Works, directly to your phone. You'll love the sudsy clean, ceramic wax, underbody flush, spot-free rinse, and tire gloss. Experience the difference and visit Tommy's Express today. Offer valid to new guests only. While participating, you consent to receive promotional and information text from Tommy's Express. Message and data rates may apply. Message frequency varies.
With over 65 years of combined experience, Instant Replay Sports Cards is happy to help you take your collection to the next level. They carry all the new hobby boxes, signed memorabilia, and supplies. New and vintage cards and Pokemon. They sell and trade cards and are always looking to buy. They're an authorized source for Topps, Panini, Upper Deck, and Leaf cards. Instant Replay Sports Cards is open 7 days a week at 752 West 23rd Street, down from Academy Sports. It can always be reached at InstantReplaySportsCards.com.
If aliens showed up tomorrow and said, take us to your leader, you'd bring them to the Coach James Hale Show.
Danger, Will Robinson, danger.
Live from the J. Michael Studio on 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
And welcome back, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. We hope you guys have a wonderful day today. It's going to be beautiful. We're encouraging you, get out to South Walton. You live out that way. I don't care if your kids go to South Walton or wherever. If you live in South Walton, go pack that stadium out tonight. They win tonight, they're going to go play for the state championship. That's enough right there. Same thing for Panama City Beach. This should be the biggest crowd in the history of baseball at Arnold. Everybody should be out there tonight watching the game. They win that, Coach Jones and Arnold will be going for the state championship. We need to pack it out. I do think Cooper will probably be pitching.
Yeah, he's got it.
Blair pitched last night, did a great job. One game away from playing for a state champion. Go to the game, check it out. Bozeman, if they win, they get to come home and play Thursday night.
I think so,
hopefully that happens. We're praying that happens. But get out tonight to Arnold Stadium, pack it out, and also over at South Walton. We got to support these players. This is something you dream about, and they got an opportunity.
You're going to see some high-level players that could end up in the major leagues. You know, with Cooper and Eli and those guys over in Arnold. South Walton's got 3 or 4, maybe 5 guys that are going high D1. I mean, Bozeman's got a lot of good players. When they come back, we need to pack out that stadium. So it's an exciting time to go out. And if you've never been to a high school baseball game, these have some electric atmospheres. Remember the game with South Walton last year to go to the state championship? That was one of the biggest crowds I've seen for baseball ever. So we want to beat that tonight at Arnold.
Now I'm worried. I'm worried because every time I go,
did you tell everybody it got rained out?
No. They'll throw me out of there. But we're going to try to go. We're not babies. We're going to try to go.
Yeah.
I want to get back to Auburn. Auburn baseball, pretty good. They're ranked right now. If you go to USA, you got all these different polls. I think there's like 3 major ones.
Right.
But USA Today, the coaches poll, Auburn baseball's ranked 8th. Here's your top 25 for the USA Today coaches poll. Number 1's the Texas Longhorns. They are good. Number 2 is
got
Arkansas.
Swept by Arkansas.
Yeah, Arkansas's number 2.
Yeah.
Number 3 is FSU.
Wow.
Number 4 is LSU. There you go. It's pretty good. We all know about all 4 of those teams. Number 5, North Carolina. Number 6, Georgia. I remember when Georgia wasn't very good. They hired a coach and things changed.
Yep.
Number 7, Oregon.
Let's go, Big Ten. Big Ten. Big Ten.
Don't buy Nike.
Right.
Number 8, Auburn. Number 9, Clemson. Number 10, Vandy. Vandy just swept Bama.
Yeah.
Oregon State's 11th. Tennessee, the defending champs, 12th. 13th is West Virginia. 14th is Coastal Carolina. 15th is UC Irvine. 16th, Oklahoma. 17th, UCLA. 18 is the Troy Trojans. Good job, Troy.
Nice.
How about that? Number 19, NC State. Number 20, Alabama. Okay. And the team that gets robbed, they should be ranked higher right now. The Southern Mississippi Golden Eagles, they should be up there higher than that. I think I'd put them higher than Troy.
That was Tennessee?
Tennessee is 12th.
Okay, cool.
Number 22, the Ole Miss Rebels, or Black Bears, what do they choose to be this week? Arizona's 23, Louisville's 24, and Dallas Baptist is 25. Auburn baseball team, as we speak, 33-15 overall. In SEC play, they're 13-11. At home, Auburn's 21-6. On the road, Auburn's only 6-9. Good luck on the road in the SEC baseball or softball. Neutral sites, the Auburn Tigers are 6-0. So War Eagle. I'm gonna continue with Auburn. Hugh Freeze talked about his quarterback Jackson Arnold. He said that the talent was always there, even after a rough showing at Oklahoma. With the quarterback competition, Arnold didn't seem to shy away one bit this spring at Auburn. He saw success from Arnold. He likes what he's seeing from the kid. He said he just needed a restart. He wanted, getting to Auburn was a good thing. For whatever reason, he needed to restart. I get that. Sometimes you do. I'm just excited that what I saw from him. I think the kid's very talented. This is what he said. He's got a talented arm, no doubt about that. He's got talent. He's got talent. The legs. He's got legs. He's got football IQ, which is huge. He can check off. He can do certain things. That's some of these guys. We've seen some of these great quarterbacks, all this ability, but they didn't have it mentally.
Right.
And you got to have all three to be a player.
It's an important component of playing the quarterback. You can have an average arm, you can be average mobility, but if you have a great mind, you can be elite. And
here's the key part of the whole thing, and I know exactly what he's talking about. He has got to have self-confidence. He's got to believe in himself. And he thinks, I think he got that this spring. So that's a good thing. You go to Oklahoma, didn't have the kind of year you want. Back and forth. They didn't have the kind of year they wanted over there. It didn't work out. So I can see not having the confidence. Auburn wanted him. They saw the talent. He goes to Auburn. He's feeling pretty good about it. He's improving. This is all good things right here. Now, this doesn't mean he's going to be the starting quarterback at Auburn.
That would be weird.
Yeah, he likes both quarterbacks. I think he's going to be the starter.
Oh, yeah. They do this just to keep their depth.
They like both quarterbacks. The kid from Mississippi is a stud. Now, there's no doubt about it. Notre Dame wanted him. Auburn came there and got him. He had a good spring also, but he's a true freshman. I can see Arnold doing a really good job. I can see Arnold starting for a period of time, and then the freshman's getting all this rep. Then all of a sudden you see a freshman finish the season out. Well, same thing for Russell at Alabama. That might happen up there. I don't think so.
Last year when Thorne struggled, they didn't have a backup option. They brought the other kid in. He wasn't very good at all. At least now you have some options. He may be green at the beginning of the year, but you can ease yourself in the schedule. That Baylor game is going to be huge for Arnold's confidence. I think if they get started really fast, I think then he's going to just take that job and run with it because he's got so many weapons around him. But at least you have a guy that's super talented. Even though he may make some young mistakes, at least he can come in and be physically competitive in the SEC.
Yeah, I just don't feel like it's going to happen at Oklahoma to him now he's at Auburn. I think Hugh Freeze has done a great job in the past. I'll say this, in the past, developing quarterbacks. His programs have always had pretty good. When they're good, they've had good quarterbacks.
Let's look at the recruiting at wide receiver, running back, skill position players around.
They're too deep across the board. Sure. They got players now. It's time to produce.
The only receivers I would take over theirs right now would be Ohio State's, and that's saying a lot because they got some 5-star studs over there that are just waiting in the wings, man.
Well, we shall see. It said in this article they got a tough decision to make. I think the decision's been made. I think it's going to be Arnold as a starter unless something goes completely crazy during the summer. The freshman just blows him away, which I don't think is going to happen.
Right.
So we'll see. But you know what? We don't know. And we can't – who knows? Maybe it will happen what happened at Oklahoma. I don't think so. I think Auburn's in good shape. I think Auburn's going to be the surprise team. I think Auburn's going to be really good. I do. And I think Auburn's defense is going to be a lot better because the offense is going to be better. Hugh Freeze, year 3, critical year. I think good things are going to happen.
Yeah.
War Eagle. Jason, real quick, what's the best way to get up with you and Max Fit Sports Nutrition? Where are you located?
You can come by either store. I'm usually at the 23rd Street store around 2 to 5 every single day. So if you want to come in, bring your son or daughter in, I can put them on the InBody, talk to them a little bit about what to eat, when to eat it, and show them a couple supplements that can help them put on some muscle, or if they need to drop body fat, that too. But we're located in the Del Coronado Village next to Black Sheep Armory and Taziki's, and in Pier Park North next to Dick's Sporting Goods.
He can also help you chew it up. And did you ever see that skit, Saturday Night Live? They were chewing the food. Will Ferrell chewed the food up and spit it in the other guy's mouth, and they did it on live TV.
Like a bird.
Yeah, like a bird. It was so dang stupid, but it was sick. But it was kind of funny. When you said that, I started thinking, well, you were actually going to chew it up. Hey, listen, leave it right here all day long. We got a great lineup for you today, like we always do. Inside Drive, Ron Movie, that takes place from 11 to 1. And then my boy David and the Underdogs always got a great show lined up for you, and all of our other program right here. And we are the home of the Atlanta Braves, 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Jason, I'll tell you what, that store down there on 23rd Street, Pier Park, They got everything. If you're like me, you get older, you can't sleep. I swear, what's the name of it?
The Somatomax.
That stuff is incredible. I don't take it every day,
right?
But if you're having a hard time sleeping, it's all natural. Check it out. I think you'll be really pleased. We're out. You're listening to the legendary 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Keep the game going with ESPN Northwest Florida. Just because you get out of the car doesn't mean the Sports Talk